Hello everyone, welcome into my view. Sorry for the slight delay and slight change of pace. If I do this from here, I'm on the other side of the basement, so that way be more intimate, more personal. So today's topic is called "What is ISIL?" Well, we have heard the word ISIL, Islamic State. I'm sorry about this tongue twister. Islamic State, Iraq, and Levant. Now, we all also heard the term ISIS, Islamic State, Iraq, and Syria. Well, ISIL and ISIS mean the same thing, so how was this? Why was this created? Well, the reason why ISIS was created was because of basically our presence there. You're gonna have to think of how was al-qaeda created. Basically, al-qaeda was created due to the presence of the Soviets and everything else, and at one time the United States was working with al-qaeda to get rid of the Soviet presence. Basically, they were working with the founders of al-qaeda, which we all know by the name of Osama bin Laden, to where they say, hey, let's get rid of this enemy for you, and, well, shall we say, the rest is history. So what is the goal of ISIS? What is their intent in all of this? The goal of ISIS is somewhat complex, somewhat complicated, so I did a little bit digging from news source channels to everything else in between, and turns out the goal of ISIS is to somehow revive the golden age of the Islamic faith, basically installing a caliphate. That instead of a leader saying, hey, by the way, Allah is saying we should be doing this, or Allah should be saying, no, you are living this way, but not in accordance with the Quran. What a caliph does is basically are directly descended from the Prophet Muhammad, who was basically the founder of the Islamic faith, but also to somehow inspire the people. What this surprises me, this has happened before with al-qaeda, is where we have Westerners basically from Europe to here in the United States, is where somehow they see this as a cause to simply say, let's go sign up with ISIS and ISIL, which basically the same thing. Sometimes media will say ISIL or ISIS. I will be in line with the Obama administration to say ISIL, so from now on I'll be saying ISIL throughout this video, and to help you understand what motivates a Westerner to want to join this terrorist organization. Simply is because they are lost, they are disillusioned with what's going on in their own home countries, to especially here in the United States, to where we had some problems involving the mortgage crisis, to the Great Recession, to anything you can think of on top of your pretty little head. That's what ISIS somehow yielded to them. That a sense of belonging, a sense of family, perhaps, to anything they felt that they would rebel against authority. That's what terrorists usually do. Terrorist usually defines as someone who will strike fear, strike change, somehow change the order of things. So, what could we do to defeat ISIS? Well, it's very hard to say. As we have recently seen in the last 1 to 2 weeks, the United States and Britain have recently committed some airstrikes to go after key targets of ISIS, like oil fields, buildings that belong to ISIS and ISIL, to basically strike fear in the hearts. But between you and me, people, that's going to only make matters worse. That's going to somehow, rally all those who are already in the organization to recruit more. And how do they recruit people, do you ask? Well, villages. Basically, they could force anybody to join them, and also on social media such as Facebook, Twitter, any type of social media you can think of. But ISIL is also a horrible organization where they basically force anybody to those who will not convert to their own version of their faith, Islam, that if they don't convert, they will be beheaded or shot. Anything that they consider to be an affront to them. So, how can we understand ISIL? I mean, for me, I can't understand it. Even I can't comprehend what their goal is. So, that's it for today's topic. Next time you'll see me hopefully next week. And I promise I'll try to keep a consistent schedule here. Is how am I going to vote? And tis the season for midterms. So how am I going to vote? Am I going to vote Democrat? Am I going to vote Republican? Am I going to mix it up? Who knows? So I'll see you for that next topic. This concludes this topic for ISIL. So if you like what you see, please comment below. Share your own opinions on what can we do about ISIL. What can the president do? What can our allies do to understand, to comprehend ISIL? So, and anybody else of the Islamic faith, you're welcome to chip in. For those who help my audience understand what was the purpose of al-qaeda, what was the purpose of ISIL, or what is their purpose now? What can we do to help? What can we do to combat ISIL? Should we negotiate? Or should we just wipe them off the face of the earth? But that's another topic for another time. So again, if you like what you see, comment below, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Another topic in my review. Tis the season for midterms and primaries, people. So I'll see you then. Have a good night, America, and as always, ignite the revolution.